So after they showed you exactly who they were, what was your reasoning for staying in a situation you knew damn well you should have got your ass out of the first time? Huh? Oh, now you ain't got shit to say.
Hey, Rych Babes! Happy New Year! Thank you all so much for the sweet New Year's wishes and for understanding that I just needed a quick 2-day break to reflect and just be with my kids. I'm so grateful for all of you and especially proud of those who grabbed the Becoming Her ebook bundle, and it's still available right now for just $10. $10! And shout out to everyone who is showing love to the new channel, Rych Babes Reacts. Now, let's start 2025 with a powerful truth. When someone shows you who they are the first time, believe them. This is a lesson that can transform your peace and your relationships and your self-respect. So let's dive in.
If I can offer you any piece of life advice, it would be this. The moment you see things for what it is, do not unsee that shit. What is happening is what it is. And what it is what is happening. There is no benefit of the doubt. And there's no excuses. The moment you start seeing how people handle you and fuck with you, I promise, the moment you start seeing it for what it is, you will stop spending time in places where you're not respected, places where you're not loved, places where you're not protected.
One of the hardest but most freeing lessons in life is to learning to see people for who they are and accepting it for the first time they show you. When someone disrespects you, lies to you, or mistreat you, that's not an accident. That's who they are in that moment. It's natural to want to give people the benefit of the doubt or make excuses for their behavior. But when you do that, you're denying yourself the truth. And the truth is, what's happening is what it is. Don't unsee it, don't make excuses for it, and don't romanticize it.
You know what? I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I just got to a point where, I just accept things for what it is, what it is, and it makes my life way more peaceful.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just all I say. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I accept it and I try to change it because I don't like it. You just accept things for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And you find a way to live through that.
Right.
Because one thing about life, something's always going to be happening.
So
once you realize how to live life with things happening all the time, that's when you start living.
Mm-hmm.
Because that shit ain't going to stop.
You have to accept people for who they are. And what I'm seeing is a lot of people are getting to know people, are getting relationships with people, are getting familiar with people, and somewhere down the line begin to try to change those people to fit what they want from those people. But if all the frustration you're feeling in your relationships because you fail to accept them for who they are. Because two things are going to happen when you accept people for who they are. You're either going to accept them for who they are and decide that you want to do life with them, or you're going to accept them for who they are and recognize that you may not be able to do life with them. And it may not be an extreme as in totality, but maybe in this particular role. So there are some people, just practically speaking, are better off as just your friend. There's some people that they're just better off at staying your coworker, not becoming your bestie that you go out with. There are some people that really, really can help you in this, but they probably may not be good for that. What I'm trying to say is if we accept people for who they are and where they are and make a decision, if they never change, that thing I don't like, the thing I can't stand, the thing that irritates me, if that never goes away, would I be able to do life with them in this particular way? And I have to make a decision from then on. Do I move forward or do I not? Versus getting in relationships with people, seeing things you don't like, seeing things that aggravate you, seeing things you know you can't live with, seeing things that frustrate you, seeing principles you do not have agreement on. So many disagreements. You guys are unequally yoked. There's so many things we're not rocking with together, but we're going to continue to force something here. That's dangerous. If they never change, would I still be able to move forward with them? And if you can't say confidently, yes, it's safe to say you either reevaluate what role they're going to play in your life or you leave them alone. We just don't connect here, and that's okay. And early on, you have the opportunity to communicate and talk about it. Because if I'm forcing someone to be something they're not, I'm only going to end up being frustrated. It could be a character flaw, and both parties get frustrated. because no one likes to feel like a project. No one likes to feel like they're being changed. And we have to understand we don't change people. God does. Like they say, if someone shows you who you are the first time, just believe them.
So it's not that I'm really quick at cutting people off. It's that I'm really good at noticing patterns. And when I notice a habit that is continuously happening, I'm not going to put myself in a place to be absorbed by your habit. If you treat people a certain way, if you treat me a certain way, it's not a one-stop thing. If you've consistently been this way, I'm not going to put myself in a place to hinder my peace just to have your company. I'm perfectly okay with putting myself in a position to lose you so that I do not.
When somebody show you who they are, believe them. It's important. That's very important because people can't fake it for too long. They're going to always show who they are. They're going to show their real, genuine self. They might come around you and act like they real, but eventually they're going to show you, they're going to expose their hand. You feel me?
When a man shows you who he is, you have to believe him. When anybody shows you who they are, you have to believe them. Ladies and gentlemen, learn your partner before you jump ahead and fall in love with the words and all of that stuff that make up this fairy tale. Because when no one's looking, that's when everything just goes left.
Talk good to you and trick your mind. Yep. That's why I say suspect evil of no one until see it. Once see it, forget it not. For once an enemy could never be a friend. Big Sam told me when they painted you a picture, don't let them paint you another picture. Because you could talk good as a bitch and trick my mind. Yeah. Now I'm back believing in you again. But you already showed me that you wasn't my friend, so we reward loyalty with loyalty. And we reward disloyalty with distance. I forgive you, but I ain't about to forget and be naive. Word. That's unintelligent.
That's why when somebody show you who they is the first time, take it for what it is. Don't keep giving them chance after chance after chance after chance because that's who the fuck they is. Ain't no, oh, I'm sorry, ain't none of that shit. They show you who they is, let their ass go on about their business.
One thing I've genuinely learned to master in the last year is genuinely cutting people off when they show me exactly who they are. Talking about friends, family, relationships, anyone that comes into your life and basically shows you that they are not the person that you thought they were. A lot of times this happens when you set healthy boundaries for yourself and for that friendship, for that relationship, whatever it may be, because people don't like it when that nice girl all of a sudden decides to stick up for herself, doesn't tolerate bullshit maybe the way that you used to before. It's crazy to me that when you express something, when you express the way that you feel or the way that somebody made you feel, and all of a sudden they get really defensive and they're like, you're wrong, you're this, you're that, instead of hearing you out and then deciding to do something about it, like they weren't the problem in the beginning.
So I was just at the grocery store and I stopped to get some butter. And I was in the butter aisle and I was looking at how expensive the butter was. This guy comes up in the same aisle as me and he's like, oh damn, this butter's really expensive. I'm like, yeah, right? And then he's like, oh damn, I just noticed, you're so beautiful, And I'm like, oh, thank you. And he's like, where your man there? I was like, I'm good, sir. I'm single, but, I'm good. And he was like, oh, why you single? And I said, because I'm crazy. I looked him dead in his eyes and said to him, I'm crazy. And he said, you ain't crazy. You ain't crazy. I said, sir, I'm crazy. That is why I'm single. You asked me why I'm single, I'm answering you. And he said, I don't believe you. And I said, yeah, this is the problem. Women be trying to tell you from the beginning what's going on. We try to tell you that we're crazy. And you don't believe us. And then when it's too late, now you want to act scared. Leave us alone.
Once you accept people for who they are, you have two choices. Accept them and set some boundaries. You can choose to keep people in your life, but you must establish boundaries to protect your peace. You can also accept them and walk away. If their behavior consistently disrespects your worth or drains your energy, you can accept who they are and choose not to engage with them anymore. The moment you start handling people for who they are without trying to change them is the moment when you stop wasting time when you're not loved or appreciated or respected. You free yourself to focus on the people and experiences that truly value you.
People show you who they are. Don't treat them like who they could be. Believe what they showed you the first time. Unless you're in a situation where that person hasn't been made aware of the consequences of their action, believe that person the first time. Mercy can kill if distributed inaccurately. Mercy should only be extended to a broken heart. Someone willing to change, evolve, adapt. Extending mercy carelessly can lead to resentment. You can measure people's deserving of mercy by the degree to which they are adaptable. forgive, feed your enemy if they need food, but protect your atmosphere. It's responsible to have boundaries.
So I have a lot of young women that come to me every day and ask for dating advice. At 27, it's just one thing in particular that showed me everything that I need to know. When a person shows you who they are, believe them. Don't try to write over it. Don't try to see it different. Don't even try to hear it different. Believe people when they show you who they are. I'll use this as an example. I dated a man for 4 years. In the beginning, it was amazing. As time went on, it got bad. I remember the first time he asked me, Talia, on a scale of 1 to 10, how pretty do you think you are without makeup? It was random and it caught me off guard. I said, I'll give myself about a 10. I've always believed that beauty is something that comes from the inside. Yes, while my outer appearance is gorgeous as well, I believe that the inner work is the best work. And he says, and I quote, dang, you gonna give yourself a 10? You think you that pretty? I excused the comment because I believe that, oh, he's not like that. He didn't mean it in a bad way. I remember one day we woke up. He looked at me and said, I really can't stand you. I hate you. The sun had just risen. It was 7 a.m. in the morning. I remember excusing it and saying, you know what? He's not like that. He didn't mean what he said. I remember the first time he picked me up off my feet and choked me. And after he apologized, I said, he's not like that. He didn't mean to do that. He said, you hit yourself. If I could give y'all any lesson at 27, it's to believe people when they show you who they are. You'll save a lot of time. You know how the older people say, baby, your mind is a terrible thing to waste. Well, after being told who I was and what I wasn't, I found myself in a lot of therapy sessions. As women, we have this horrible habit of believing that we can change people, telling ourselves that what it is isn't what it always have to be. Don't try to change people. Don't try to get anyone to see your worth. If what you came to the table with wasn't enough, then let them go sit at another table. One thing I took from my situation was this. Whenever I stated to the person that I was bothered or my feelings were hurt or I didn't like what was being said, they told me I was being too sensitive and I should really stop taking things to heart. Not once were the actions changed. Not once did the verbal abuse get any better. It actually got worse because the person believes that you're comfortable with something if you keep accepting something. A person is also more comfortable with you adjusting than them changing, which is why you should believe people when they show you who they are and move accordingly. Love y'all.
I let a person show me who they are. First time. I'm not going to judge you too heavy on the first time. Y'all see the butterfly, period. I love butterflies. First time, okay, maybe this is an isolated event. Second time, okay, this ain't an isolated event. This may be a character flaw. Third time, this is just who you are. This is just who you are. And who you are simply doesn't align with who I am or where it is that I want to be.
Listen, I am unsure of who needed to hear this, but people are showing us exactly who they are right here in our faces, and we are allowing them to play with us because we know who these people are. We know what these people do, and we know that most of these people that we have around aren't showing us as much love as we showed them. And that is okay because I'm not going tit for tat. I'm not keeping tabs. I'm just very, very mindful, and I know what it is, okay? And what I realized is that I have to let people go. You know, some people are meant to be in your life for a reason, season, and all of that. I believe all of that. And I have to take these things for what they are and move on, because allowing people to do what they do and to play with you and to be an energy vampire and suck the life out of you is not cool, especially when you are on the uprise. All right. So those things that you are asking to be removed from your areas and you want things to be shown to you clearly, we have to pay attention to the signs and stop ignoring them. So we have to stay locked in. All right. Stay locked in.
When people show you who they truly are, let distance be your new response. Don't return the same energy, just remove yourself. That's how it works. Because the longer you entertain what's not for you, the longer you postpone what is for you. God waiting to bless you, but you're steady trying to entertain what's not for you. That's why goodness is not happening. That's why that chaotic life is still going on. But if you want to maintain that peace, learn to let go. Give it to God. Like he said, vengeance is his. So you leave it alone. Don't seek revenge. Just learn to let go. That's how it works. That's how you'll maintain that peace. That's how you'll start feeling good about what you got going on afterwards. But long as you're trying to be mad, trying to get your get back, oh, they gonna hurt. But it's gonna hurt you as well. And that's facts. I appreciate everybody that got this far in my message. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.
As we enter this new year, make a promise to yourself. See things for what they are. Make the choice that honor your peace. Accepting people doesn't mean tolerating their disrespect. It means acknowledging who they are and deciding how or if they fit into your life. Remember, your time, your energy, and love are precious. Protect them. Spend time where you're appreciated and celebrated, not just tolerated. And 2025 is the year of clarity, boundaries, and self-respect. Rych Babes, if you are ready to take this lesson deeper and are stepping fully into your glow up journey, my Becoming Her ebook bundle is still available now for just $10. It's the perfect guide to help you build confidence, set boundaries, and transform your self-concept. And if you want to be on the wild side, my Rych Babes Reacts channel with fully unfiltered commentary and craziness in 2025. All the links is in the description box below. So my Rych Babes, it's 2025. Be the year you stop unseeing the truth. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Make the choice to protect your peace and align with your worth. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And let me know in the comments what's one boundary you're setting for yourself this year. Until next time, Rych Babes, stay rich. Love you.